It's Week 10 of the NFL, and front and center is Sam Laporta. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Lions and the Vikings, and it's coming up next.
Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. They'll look to throw here. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, and that'll make it third down. You talk about this Lions defense. They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll drop to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. And Hawkinson going to have the Vikings first down as he'll take this down to the 22-yard line. Here's a handoff out of the gun. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Now back to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
On play action, they'll throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll run for the first time with the speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the gun, Goff. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. Well, the very first thing they told us, Charles, was we need to apply pressure early. and I would call that early pressure a nice sack to start the game.
And on the other sideline, I just have this image in my mind of the head coach on the headset with the offensive coordinator asking him if that's exactly what he saw in his mind when he called that play. And if so, is it going to be like this all day? That's a tough one right there.
On third down, here's Gibbs. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
The Vikings offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And he's run the ball well to this point in the season, right there in the mix for NFL leaders in rushing. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And Hawkinson going to have the Vikings 1st down as he'll take this down to the 26. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They're going to look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
That one thrown away from the pocket. And the officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. This is caught. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to.
There's Hawkinson in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Picking up where they left off before the open week that they had last week as they won going into that, and no signs of being stale.
No, and that's really big for them because there's a trust factor that goes into this, because what often happens, if you win the game before your open week, you usually get more time off. But if you win the game before the open week, get more time off, and don't play well the next time out, That goes away. So they're making a statement that they like that time off.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Looking to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. They push him back 8 yards and time on 2nd down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. That is caught. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got an open man. It's Pickens. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Finding Pickens for another catch. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's a 2nd and 8. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
The Vikings send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Defensively, they were in the 3-4, and that O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here because that D-line has a nose over the center, and it has the 2 defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have anyone over the top of them. That creates a natural bubble inside where they sprint upfield, take on the inside linebackers, and if the back hits it fast enough, there should be space to run.
Now Goff. That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First catch here by St. Brown. Good for a first down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Here's Goff. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 5. Goff now looking to throw. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Gibbs straight ahead. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. A beautiful fake. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Back to throw. Goff. Now throw right side here going to be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. He'll look to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. "39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's Goff. That's to the tight end, Laporta. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. Goff. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
To the air again. Goff. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. To throw is Goff.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Goff.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Byron Murphy.
And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. The Bears just cannot buy a break as they remain winless at 0-10 on the year. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. The Chiefs locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Dak Prescott lighting it up. He's got 3 touchdown passes. This has been a hard-fought battle thus far. Just the 1 touchdown to this point is still anybody's game at 7-0, as both of these defenses have been out there trying to one-up one another.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
This is a game, Charles, that's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trailed by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Now it's gone. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Lions are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Well, it took them a little while, but they are on the board here in this 3rd quarter, and now with a chance to tie this up.
And it gives them a chance to exhale just a little bit, right? Because most of the time, if your first points come in the second half, you're often hopelessly out of the game, but not in this case. Now they have something to build on and a chance to mount a comeback.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half.
After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand-new ball game, all tied here in the 3rd as they have their first possession of this second half.
And, Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because
when this ball's tipped and intercepted.
It's Brian Branch with it.
And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
So here come the Lions now.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
After the interception, here's Goff.
Over the middle and taken in by Laporta.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2. Counter play. Here's Gibbs.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
It wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Play action. It's gone. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Goff now looks to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. Zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
And now out comes Minnesota. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out in the running game.
This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Now a handoff looking right. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson. Now 2nd and 5. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is 1 play from stalling out.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. They're going to look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hawkinson with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was T.J. Hawkinson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At the 39-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Off play action. Here's Goff. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Throwing again is Goff.
Oh, short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs.
And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
In motion left goes a tight end. Here's Goff.
Oh, short pass here taken in by Laporta.
So 8 yards on the completion there. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Here's Goff. That is caught. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Now Goff.
That's complete to Laporta.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Goff. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
This to Laporta, right side.
Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line.
The Vikings offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And the defensive penetration there blew that play up and got him 2 points.
How about how they got off at the snap of the football, got upfield into the backfield, and created the big play? That's the key to everything.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And they'll accept that penalty. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At the 40. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Goff.
Throws out left. It's caught by Williams.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Here's Goff. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. 3rd and 2.
Goff now looking to throw.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down of this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 9.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Here now a 3rd down and 8.
Back to throw here. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. misses away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Another shot now for this Lions offense. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead.
He's got it to Williams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Second and a couple.
In motion, right one of the tight ends. Back to throw, Goff. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Goff now to throw.
Throw over the middle, he finds Williams.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it second down. Now it's Goff.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Goff throwing again.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And a 5-yard gain gets them to the 42.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On the give, here's Gibbs.
And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
A big play here, 3rd and 2.
Now it's Goff.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Goff now to throw.
He'll go right back to St. Brown.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
Here's 1st and goal.
Now Goff.
Throw left side, caught by Laporta.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow. Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Goff. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on the 2-point try.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1. You want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time.
He'll look to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Carlton Davis picks it, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
And right side, they're going to go option here. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Hand off now to Gibbs.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
This now a 3rd and 4. They'll run again.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So a big one coming now for Daniel Carlson. This to get the lead up to 4. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Yeah, to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
Back to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Detroit, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.